What's your motivation for buying commercial property? And please don't say to make money. At the end of the day, making money is just a result of your motivation. But what you need to do is understand what it is that puts the fire in your belly. What is it that's driving you to be successful in getting that commercial property or business, as the case may be. Now, some of you may have come across some work of a guy called Abraham Maslow. He's organised what's called a hierarchy of needs. And we're just going to go through that as a model for no other reason that it's been around a long time and it works and it's very simple. And by now you know I like simple things. One of the things that you will find when you're doing your purchasing of commercial property is there will be hiccups. There will be situations where there are dry patches. You may be in the situation where you're just looking now at listing number 143 and you're just trudging through it. You may be going through due diligence for the fifth time on another contract. It may be your first one, it may be a subsequent one. For a lot of us, due diligence is very dry. Some get very excited by it. Hey, good luck to you. Come and do mine if you get excited by due diligence. Alternatively, you could be in the situation of trying to get a contract. And right now, it's taking at least 3 months to get contracts through solicitors, not to mention finance. So when those hiccups come along the way, just part and parcel of doing business and getting commercial property or businesses, you need to be fully aware of why you're doing this. Because when it chips it down, you need to know why you're doing it, and that needs to have plenty of effort to get you motivated to get through those tough times. The good times will come and you'll enjoy them, but everyone gets through the good times easy. It's the hard times that we often have to struggle with. So the first aspect that Maslow looks at is he calls it physiological needs. I sort of say they're basic human needs. The need for food, the need for water, the need for shelter, those sort of type aspects. Now, we're very lucky in a lot of the world nowadays where we take for granted those options. But if you're looking for commercial property, is that really an applicable situation? Well, yes, it is, but it's a scenario base. If you've just moved location, if you've just changed jobs, if you've just suddenly gone through a divorce or there's a death of your partner or something like that, those critical incidences will have you focused or motivated, for another way, on what they call the lower level needs, the physiological needs. If you're in that situation, it will probably be a short-term thing, but do me a favour, don't go buying commercial property. Your brain's not in the right space and you have other priorities to work with. By all means, if you want to, keep doing your research, having a look, high-tuning your skills, working that sort of basis, but don't be going purchasing. That is not the motivation level for you to be getting commercial property or even residential property. The next tier of Maslow's hierarchy of needs is what he calls safety needs. So things like personal security, employment, and resources. And they use the term property, but that's more so upgrading from a shelter situation to a home. If you've got those aspects, and then that's pretty well what motivates you. If you don't have that, then all you want to do is focus on those particular areas. So how does that play out with commercial property? It's probably, once again, if you're acquiring resources and you want to hold on to them, suddenly this becomes a very relevant source of motivation for you. I have seen a lot of people who have something and they want to hold on to it with everything they have. Now, it may be the current quality of life that you've got. It may be the fact that you've got money and you want to make sure that that money keeps coming in. There may be a change coming up. You may be seeing a change of employment. You may be looking at retiring. You may be having kids coming along. A lot of my clients are in that bracket where they need more money because they've got those little cherubs. Those little cherubs are like $2 million for a lifetime to take care of. So you can understand why they're looking at businesses and getting commercial property. With the hierarchy needs, they talk in terms of lower needs and higher needs, but that's probably a misnomer. I think you just need to understand where you're at, and like I said, if you can understand what your motivation is, that's what will get you through. If your need is to ensure your cash flow and to ensure the resources that you have, then when you're going through that due diligence, just remind yourself, if I get this through, if I can solve this problem, if we can make sure that it's a good purchase, then it provides security for me and the family. The next level up is they call it love and belonging. It's starting to go on the emotional needs. And like you may have heard my videos before. I'm not a warm fuzzy person. I play a lot of tournament level chess, so I'm very much analytical than emotional. But there's a lot of people who are motivated by commercial property for love and belonging. What I mean by that is family is probably the main aspect there. If you're looking for next generational wealth, to make sure you've got provision for your kids, maybe even recognizing that our generation is what they call a sandwich generation. We're looking after our parents as well as our children. So to have a cash flow from a commercial property could be your avenue of taking care of your family. So that is, once again, if you're in that love and belonging hierarchy or that level, if that's what motivates you, then tune into that when you're going through 150 listings to find the one that you want. Say, if I can get this right, my kids are going to be set up. I won't have to worry about paying HECS fees and uni fees. We've got that all sorted and taken care of from there. The second highest level for Maslow's hierarchy of motivation is in regards to esteem. This is where I would consider the alpha males and the alpha females. It's about respect, it's about status, it's about recognition, it's about strength, it's about freedom, it's about control of your own destiny. And that is just as much a powerful driver as a physiological need for water and food and shelter. The fact that there are classed as a hierarchy of needs, the main emphasis is as you progress and mature in life, perhaps, as well as mature financially, you progress up the level. But it's the lowest level that drives you most. If you're doing okay, and a lot of my clients are in this esteem level, they've set themselves up, they're in their 30s and 40s, their family's established, their kids are well settled, usually into high school, they've got their own home, they may have a business, they may have plenty of cash going through. It's now the stage of, okay, what about me? What would I like to do? What would I like to achieve? People who are at the esteem level, you can also find that they may already have a property and they're starting to look for a second property. This is where you start to look at people who are motivated to create a portfolio. Once again, what is the purpose of that motivation? It may just be, to be able to have bragging rights to the rest of the family. Go to the Christmas party and how's life going? Oh, good. I just put my 14th commercial property. How are you going? Oh yeah, I mowed the lawn this week. You can have a lot of fun with bragging rights, but that's the level of esteem. And the final level is what they call self-actualization. That's almost getting into psychology, but what it means is being the best that you can be. It's probably one level up from, what I call the alpha males and alpha females. It's really getting into the stage of you may have a purpose in life, you may have a goal. It may be to be the best property developer. It may be to be the person in Sydney who has a monopoly of hardware stores. You will have something that's driving you to be the best that you can be. It may be as simple as starting with a small commercial property and getting to a bigger one, then getting into a warehouse, then getting into a high-rise, then getting into a skyscraper. And you just want to see how good you can be and how big you can be. There are a lot of people that are driven by self-actualization. So when we get back to the start, we said, what motivates you? Have a think of the level. Is it physiological? Is it safety? Is it love and belonging? Is it esteem? Is it self-actualization? Recognize none is better than the other. But if you can tap into understanding what it is that puts fire in your belly, then you'll go a long way to ensuring that you've got plenty of energy and motivation to get through those tough times. And it also helps to increase the possibility of enjoying those great times. All right, till next week, take care and God bless. I'm Peter Bender from Bundaberg Commercial. Look, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button so I can share my message with